the Herd Line News.
The Jets are winless, the only winless team left in the NFL. And that's comes with perks, being the worst in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like you could get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. That's good news for the Jets, unless you're Sam Darnold, who has heard some of the Trevor Lawrence talk, but he is keeping his focus on turning things around this season.
Yeah, I have social media. I've seen some of the things, but we got a game to win this week, and that's all we're worried about. For me, that's out of my control. I'm here to, I'm here to do my best and help this team win games.
I mean, what's he gonna say? Like, there's nothing he can do about that conversation. The only thing he can do is go out and win.
Well, if you do draft Trevor Lawrence, here's the good news for the Jets. You can trade Sam Darnold,
Sure.
and somebody's going to take, let's just, off the top of our head right now, Colts. Absolutely.
Colts actually, I think, makes the most sense.
Okay, let's do one more. Somebody in my ear just said Steelers? Sit him for a year or two?
I think it depends on how this season finishes for if Ben is healthy at the end of the season, I don't know. Maybe. But I think if Ben finishes the season healthy, it probably will be too early for that. But Ben talks about retiring every other year.
By the way, New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans is definitely a team. I think that this is, a lot of people feel this is Drew Brees' last year, and I don't think that Taysom Hill is a franchise quarterback.
No, so listen, if you take Trevor Lawrence, what'd you say, John? 49ers get out of Jimmy G's contract. I don't know if you'd do that. I don't know. That's like that. Why? If you win your division this year, why? The Colts seems really obvious to me. So
yeah, the Colts seem obvious.
You're going to get something for Sam Darnold. You can't tell me he's not going to get another shot.
But it's going to be a team that is not going to be able to draft high enough to get a
quarterback
player like Sam Darnold, and they'll give a first-round pick as they should.
Yeah.
And the Jets are rebuilding, so it's not a knock on Sam Darnold if it doesn't work in New York. And I think if New York gets the number 1 overall pick, I don't think you have a choice but to draft Trevor Lawrence. Now, I know there's some conversation about Trevor Lawrence forcing his way out of that situation. I think a team would have to give up a whole lot.
You know what somebody just said in my ear? New England for Darnold? Jets wouldn't do that, would they?
That's kind of tough. Yeah, that's not.
I would be so intolerable if that happened and he won.
I don't think you're going to make a trade like that within your own division.
It would be bad for the radio TV industry.
That's
if they won the division with Darnold.
Oh my God, no!
I would be intolerable.
Yeah, I don't know if I could.
I would just go work for Nesson, and I would just do a Patriot show.
Don't do that to me. He is expected to start Sunday against the Bills, barring any setbacks in practice. He's been dealing with a shoulder injury, and of course, as we know, the Jets are 0-8 without him. So he is clearly the winning piece if they have one in New York. So just was tough to see yesterday. Deshaun Jackson's return for the Eagles was short-lived. He was injured on a punt return, which actually the first hit on him was a penalty, but the second hit actually should have been a penalty, which is where he got injured. Yeah. He needed help off the field and was eventually carted to the locker room. He had an MRI today that reportedly confirmed he has suffered a high ankle sprain, so he will be out indefinitely and will be on IR.
I think
with the chance to return later in the season.
I think he's going to retire. I'm going to make a prediction that Deshaun Jackson will retire sooner than later.
He posted a picture of himself in a walking boot saying, "Pray for me, y'all." He had 3 receptions, 34 yards yesterday. They got him going quickly and early in yesterday's game. So the Eagles just can't catch a break.
He had a really good career. He'll do things. Good kid. People like him. He'll be fine. I think you get to a point, though. They've drafted some young wide receivers. The kid from Stanford, the kid from TCU. So they're trying to supplement Wentz with young receivers. Nobody can stay healthy.
I don't know if there's been a more valuable practice squad in the league than the Eagles practice squad for the last two years.
Raise a glass to that scout team.
They need a raise. Finally, Ron Rivera supported Dwayne Haskins after his 3-interception game in Week 3, but Haskins only got one more start before he was benched for Kyle Allen. Rivera's been criticized for being inconsistent with the quarterback position recently, but he said he's just following his guts.
It does look a little inconsistent, but the consistency is that I'm going to make them based on what I know, on my gut feeling on things, and hopefully, they're good decisions. And if not, we'll know, and I'll take responsibility. That's for doggone sure.
Well, none of it's working.
I don't. A lot of respect for Ron Rivera.
Right.
Everyone loves Ron Rivera. I don't like I don't want to pick apart words because I hate being this person, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't like the gut feeling answer. Like, Manalytics, okay, but there's part of Manalytics is analytics. Like, we're not just going to say that it's going to rain because our knee is feeling funny. Like, I'm not into gut feelings, especially at decisions like this. Like, I think we know he felt more comfortable with Kyle Allen because he had him before. Everyone felt like the Dwayne Haskins move was premature. We sort of know, we all have eyes, what Kyle Allen is, unless you're just going to invest in him in the future, which no one really feels like it is. If you have more than one quarterback, you have no quarterback. So what is with the carousel? To me, it doesn't make sense to bail on Dwayne Haskins. Of course, this division is a disaster, but you lost last week to the Giants.
I'll throw this out. If they lose to Dallas this weekend and lose again, could I make the argument that you play Dwayne Haskins down the stretch to show him off so when you do draft a quarterback, you can get something for him?
Of course.
Because if you feel like in the next 2 weeks the Eagles win a couple, I think the Eagles could go on a winning streak, and you look at it and you're like, this is my first year here, I'm not getting fired. Do you then put Dwayne Haskins out there and say, here's 7 starts, let's show him to the world, and if Dwayne shows something, you get a 6th-round pick for him or something?
Or you see what you have in him.
Yeah.
I just feel like it was premature. I don't think anyone believes in Kyle Allen. And to your point, the Eagles just beat the Giants. They have the Cowboys next week, then a bye, and then they have the Giants again. You just lost to the Giants this week, did Washington. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a strange situation there. I just don't like saying like it's a gut feeling. I'm just going off of what feels good. Like there has to be some committal at that position, some direction, especially when your defense is playing the way it is. It just seems like it's a little bit of a lost situation there.
Good stuff, Joy, with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Played in the NFL, scouted in the NFL, now works for the NFL Network. Terry Bradshaw next hour. Bucky Brooks is coming up next. Now is the time to raise a glass for a great cause. Celebrate Old Fashioned Week with Elijah Craig and help support the Restaurant Workers Community Foundation. From now until October 25th, visit oldfashionedweek.com for tips, tricks, and techniques on how to make a great old-fashioned with Elijah Craig. All you need is a bottle of Elijah Craig small batch, some sugar to enhance the sweetness, some bitters to bring out the spice. Pick up a bottle of Elijah Craig. Order online for home delivery. For more information on Old Fashioned Week, visit oldfashionedweek.com. The Herd brought to you by Elijah Craig, Kentucky Straight Bourbon, Whiskey Bardstown, Kentucky. 47% alcohol by volume. Elijah Craig reminds you to think wisely and drink wisely. Now's the time to raise a glass for a great cause. Celebrate Old Fashioned Week with Elijah Craig.